how does one recognize a surefire future member of the OSU Athletics Hall of Honor? A groundbreaking career full of program firsts is usually a very good place to start. Under Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State football was gaining momentum with a growing bowl streak and steady appearances in the Associated Press Top 25 polls. But the head coach wanted more. Despite the momentum in 2010, Gundy made some philosophical changes, installed a new offense, and turned to quarterback Brandon Weeden to run the show. And a show it became.
We knew that he could really throw it, but we weren't smart enough to realize how good he was because we wanted to be a dual threat offense. So we knew we had this guy that could really throw it. But when Zach went down, we actually used the other quarterback in the first game until we put Brandon in at halftime, and then he came in and the rest is history. So we didn't make the change until after the season is when I guess I was smart enough to realize we had a guy that could really, really throw the ball. We need to be in this type of offense because he's not going to run the football, and that's when we made the transition.
The 2010 season was Weeden's first as a starter, and OSU football changed immediately. Year over year, OSU's offensive numbers skyrocketed from 367 yards per game to 520 yards per contest, and from 28 points per game to more than 44 per game. Even more importantly, OSU shared the championship of the rugged Big 12 South for the first time in school history. The Oklahoma State football program reached double figures in wins for the first time since 1988, and the Cowboys won 11 games for the first time ever. Oklahoma State began the 2010 season unranked, but finished number 13 in the AP poll, the highest by Oklahoma State in nearly 25 years. And much of it was thanks to the talent at quarterback.
Well, he's got a fabulous arm, and he's got tremendous athletic ability. I mean, he can really throw it. I mean, he can throw it downfield, he can throw it short, he's deadly accurate, the ball spins naturally, and he's intelligent. Once we taught him and he started to understand, he just got better and better every day. But he also was a great person and a great competitor.
Oh, they're the best I've seen live as far as throwing a football. I mean, he had all the arm talent in the world, and then with his age and his maturity, that and his experience, put all that into one thing, and you're going to get the product that Brandon, put out on the field, which was one of the best quarterbacks in the country and one of the best in school history, and a lot of wins.
Weeden's successful debut included new OSU single-season records for pass attempts, completions, passing yards, touchdown passes, completion percentage, and passing yards per game. OSU soared to third nationally in total offense, third in scoring, and second in passing. When the dust had settled, he had become Oklahoma State's first all-conference selection at quarterback since the 1930s, and he had another year to go. Weeden's 2011 season was unlike any in Oklahoma State history, starting with the expectations. With future first-round picks at quarterback, receiver, and cornerback, the Cowboys were number 9 in the preseason poll, debuting in the top 10 for just the second time in school history. Not since the 1940s had expectations been so high. And Weeden and his teammates delivered. The Cowboys started 10-0 for the first time in school history, and with only 2 opponents able to stay within a touchdown of OSU. In a showdown at number 7 Texas A&M, OSU mounted one of the largest comebacks in school history, rallying from a 20-3 halftime deficit to pick up a 30-29 win and one of the Cowboys' biggest road wins ever.
I remember, that place was the loudest stadium I've ever been in. Looking at all the guys on the team that played and some of the older guys, you could see they were excited for this opportunity, and us freshmen, we were wide-eyed like, whoa, this is a big deal. And then, it's loud the whole first half because they're winning, right? And we come back out after halftime, and maybe 3-4 minutes into the second half, it's silent.
We had really good leadership that year, Brandon being one of them. They fed off each other. We came out in the second half, and we just went all turbo fast play. And we just let him throw it, and he and Justin Blackman and those guys wore them out.
In the season finale, 10-1 OSU broke through the Bedlam door with a dominating 44-10 win over Oklahoma, the largest victory for the Cowboys in the series since 1945. The Fiesta Bowl victory over Stanford was OSU's first in a BCS game. In Weeden's 2 seasons as a starter, OSU had its first 11-win and 12-win seasons in school history. The Cowboys won the Big 12 South Division title in 2010 and the Big 12 title in 2011. He was 23-3 overall as OSU's starting quarterback and led the best offensive attacks in school history. Professionally, Weeden was a member of 3 of the most prestigious professional organizations in the world: the New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Dallas Cowboys. He was a team leader and a playmaker who helped his teammates and his university reach historic levels. He became a household name to Oklahoma State fans and college football fans at large, and he secured his place in the OSU Athletics Hall of Honor.